priority mail came this morning, and lo and behold, as I walked out the door to go look for the mail truck drove by my driveway. And I went, what the hell? Alternate postal worker that came down and delivered at my door instead of me having to walk to the post office. So, that be my, my axe to bear. I got my new thermostat, and I got the new fuel pump, and it's got a blue and green, and the top of the motor is brown, and a new filter on the bottom too. So we'll get into that, but I wanted to show you what I got, and we'll start back again with the putting the thermostat in, and I'm going to fill up the system with some distilled water and flush it once, and then because I'm going to something new, like I said before, I'm going to the orange from the yellow green that I had, and I want to flush it out, and I think there may be some residual fluids in the oil cooler, which part of it is below the drain hole, so I think there's still some old stuff in it. So let's get started. One of the things I did was, where's it at? On the side of the top of the thermostat, there was some casting marks, a little rough edge, and I took a file and filed it down smoother so it'll be smooth like the rest of it, of the pipe is, and so there won't be any ridges for water to try to sneak underneath the pipe. So let me get this installed. One of the other things I did, remember we did the, where the hell we go here? Here we go. We did the top on the bandsaw table to get it cleaned up, and then in here, and I put that in there to keep the mice out. I used this little tool, which has been opened up a little bit, so I can lift off the little pipe caps down here on the injectors. But you want to get that clean, and let me go get the thermostat and stick it. This one was a little different than the other one. It's got a green spot on the end. I don't know if that's something, it's like a paint or something. It's still the 71 degrees Celsius, 71 degrees Celsius it says here. And it has the hole right there. You can see it, yeah. And that goes to the front. And then this part always goes down. So that'll go in just like that. Get out of the way. Okay, let me put the cap on and see what the torque settings is for the screws. One of the other things I wanted to check too was, this is all aluminum in here, but they used a steel screw, so let me get out the NICs. Before I button this down here, I want to get this guy back in, and I found that the only way I could get this off, because this hose is a real tough guy. Okay. Okay. Now I can put the thermostat back in. Remember, the hole goes to the very front. Point right straight at the front. Okay. Get that in there. Okay, these guys get torqued down after I get the NICs on them. To 10 Newton meters, but I've got the torque wrench set for about 4 or 5. You always want to work up to it. Get the fuel hose out of the way here. And I like to, when I'm doing aluminum, hand tighten. I'd never use any kind of like power tool on anything with aluminum in it. Everything is hand started and torqued, and then when you torque it, build up the tension. And then these guys you're going to want to, what have I got this set at now? About 7 Newton meters. Take a look too that the flange is fully seated flat all the way around, and it is. Okay, let's go up a couple pounds. And that should be 10. Okay. Go ahead and hook these hoses in. Let's see. This had to come from under here. And we still got our little clip on here. Let me get my wrench or pliers and put that down. Okay, just squeeze her down and slide her back down to where she's supposed to be in there. Okay. And this one I'm going to use this is the OEM wrench. And I'm going to stick it with the screw facing up. I was debating whether or not to cover all of these injection pipes with that, I can't get my fingers out, with that aluminum backed fiberglass, but I decided I'd wrap another layer around the top of the tank, which I'll show you when I get around next to. Yeah, I got it on tight, and I thought, well, go ahead and use my wrench here to there we go. Give everything a good check to make sure it's nothing got screwed up. There's any pieces left over, everything's in place. Okay. This is a fuel tank. Pump. Okay. I was just looking in here to see where you got a right in behind here is the center upper screw to the valve cover case, and there's absolutely no way you can get to it because the throttle body is right in here, and there's no way you can get a wrench down in here with everything in place. So when all of this has got to come out when you adjust the valves. I can see why it's an expensive proposition to do something on this thing. Oh, I don't look forward to that at all. Well, here is the fuel tank. Like I alluded to earlier, I did add what was left over above the seam here, but the bottom is all done. And this was fun because there's all kinds of dimples and little, I have no idea why they're there, these holes and depressions, and I mean, it's just a strange tank, and I can't see anything in the Tmax that says, you know, that it needs room for something, because there's lots of room underneath. You know, you can see the thickness of this pad. So, whether this was useful or not, I don't know. It's sticking really well, and it should stick even better when it gets hot. It's supposed to reflect 2,000 degrees. So we'll see. Well, we've got the tank in here. It's got this grommet. I don't know if you can see at the front or not for the fuel hose. It goes into a little spot right there. And then there's this guy, which needs to go down in through here, which is the fuel overflow. Once I got to looking at it, I realized there's a grommet right up here, just below where it attaches to the little floppy thing, and then there's another grommet down here that I remember goes through one of the side panels. So as long as I got this around here, I can move it around, but I pretty much goes down this hole here. One of the things I've always checked when this is the first time I had this off, and I wanted to see what we got here. So we've got steel inserts in the aluminum, but up here, this is where the grab handles and the other things go. It's just aluminum, so you want to be really sure that you put anti-seize in these holes for these steel bolts. So I'm gonna go ahead and, oops, get this guy in here. And I was right about the hose. There's a nice picture of showing this routing over the frame and over the cables here. And then I know there's on this panel that goes in here, there's a little slot that this slips into. And these bolts here for the fuel tank are 10 Newton meters, so let me go ahead and do that off camera.